I'm starting to get kind of self-conscious about what I wear because I realize I wear the same thing all the time in my videos, but you know, I don't really need to have a fancy wardrobe these days. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Find a comfortable seat, or you can lay down on the floor or sit in a chair, however you're comfortable. Have that nice curve of the S-spine. Feel, another beautiful thing right now is all those crocuses. So feel lifting up to the sun, and it is lovely to have the sun. And then just for the first few breaths, come into your body. In order to be here, you have to bring your mind home to your body. Bring your mind into your breath, or let your breath circle your mind, encircle your mind. And maybe find that one point in your body where you feel the breath. You actually feel the physical sensation of it. And then constricting your glottis at the base of your throat just a little bit, so that you can hear as if your ear is to a seashell. When your mind wanders, bring your mind to the sound of that breath. And then lengthening the breath, lengthening the out breath, continuing with the sound. And then you can continue with the Ujjayi breath. So it's constriction in the base of your throat. And if you take a couple of breaths here, just pay attention to how it feels to breathe with the Ujjayi breath. It might help strengthen that center line, connect it down to your pelvic floor. And you're welcome to continue breathing with this breath through the course of today's practice. But here, just lengthen your spine a little bit. And exhaling an ear to a shoulder. Inhaling back to center. And other side. Giving yourself a chance here to soften through the side of the neck. Do both sides an equal number of times. Head comes back to center. And exhale, chin to the shoulder. Do each side an equal number of times. Head comes back to the center, and then just gently tip your chin down. You could even bring your hands to in a prayer position here and just tip the chin gently towards the hands. And again, especially if we've been sitting a lot in front of computers, maybe our neck is a bit more sore. Keep breathing your Ujjayi breath and breathe into that whole back chain. So you could even, Virginia, take your hand here to the back of your neck and just without squeezing or anything, just the reminder of your fingers here to release. Then inhaling back to center. Taking your hands up overhead. Exhaling them down and into a hug. Great big hug. Inhale, squeeze tight. Exhale through your mouth. 2 more times. Squeeze really, really hard this time. Inhale, wiggle up a little bit. Exhale into a twist. Inhale. Keep in your twist as you twist around a little bit. 1 more time. And inhale back to center. Exhale, other side, twist. Keep that neck nice and soft. Keep your Ujjayi breath. And back to center. If your legs are not happy anymore, extend them out in front of you. Take your hands, interlock the thumbs. A little bit different here. We're going to inhale, hands up overhead. If that is uncomfortable for your shoulders, then unlock your thumbs and just raise the hands at a width that's comfortable for you. A couple more times. This next time, I'm going to inhale the hands up. Sit bones stay connected. We'll wiggle up and out of the fingertips a little bit. Exhale to one side. Inhale to center. Exhale, other side. 1 more time, each side. And then back to center. You can let the hands come down. If you're sitting on something, move your seat and come on onto your hands and knees into table pose. A few times, just like a normal cat-cow. So inhaling, and if you like, keep your Ujjayi breath here, but choose a place you want to breathe from. So maybe it's right at your tailbone. You initiate the breath and the movement from there. Maybe it's your mid-back. Maybe it's in between your shoulders, even your neck. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, curl under. 3 or 4 times like this, rhythm of your breath. And here's where you can also give your neck a little nod and a shake at the bottom. After your next exhale, come back and with your whole upper body. So we're moving our shoulders here too. Look out over a hip. Really give a nice little stretch there. Inhale back to center. Other side. You'll see I'm pulling my shoulder forward. My other shoulder sinks back. One more time each side. And then back to center. Something a little different. We're going to walk our hands out in front of us. Curl your toes under. We're going to inhale up like we normally do, but then exhale, you're just sinking your hips back to your heels. And so you're stretching a little bit through your feet here. A couple times. One more time, but this time you're gonna walk your hands back until you're more sitting on your knees. And just we're gonna take as many breaths as you can, just working into the stretching of the feet, maybe 3 breaths, coming down whenever you've had enough. Keep your neck soft here. Keep that ujjayi going. And walking forward again. Hands a little bit further ahead. Couple times, just like normal. We inhale up. Exhale, sink the hips to the heels. 2 more times like this. Thinking of extending through your fingertips, having a little bit of traction in your palms so that each side of your spine can be nice and long. Pausing at the bottom and the top. One more time here. This time, sink down to your elbows. And just extend your hips. Your hips are coming up into the air here, not necessarily sinking toward their heels. Your forehead can come to the floor and reverse prayer behind your head. A little bit of pressure and traction through the elbows. And breathe here into your back ribs. Hands come to the floor. Curl your back toes under and press back into a downward facing dog. Spend a few breaths here, walking the feet, paddling them up and down. Whew. One foot at a time, both feet. And then finding a place where your heels are descending towards the floor. Pressing up and back, so extending out of your shoulders, hips, hip bones, sit bones, reaching up and back behind you, and taking a few breaths here. Thinking nice long spine here and thinking your ujjayi breath. Boy, I can tell allergies have started. Upside down, holy. Then however you come into a forward fold, whether it's walking, stepping, or jumping, find your forward fold. Bending your knees here as much as you need to. And letting, again, you could even take your fingers here to the base, to your neck, just under your cranium. And you're not even squeezing, you're just by the pressure, by the contact, just reminding your neck to loosen. And then following that whole chain from the top of your head down to your heels, breathing softness. And rooting through the heels and through the toes, slowly unrolling all the way up to standing. I'm going to fix my camera so you can see me, but finding your mountain pose. Lifting through the arches, having that nice, stable, mountainous base. Connect here with the sound of your breath. And then just like when we were on the floor, if it's comfortable for you, looping your thumbs together, inhaling, arms overhead. And here you can really wiggle up right from your toes all the way to your fingertips. Exhaling down. 2 more times. Stay up this time. Nice and long through both sides. And then keeping the left foot rooted, tip gently to the right. Up to center. Other side. Couple more times each side. And Virginia, if we're thinking about hips here too, this is a good one because I don't know if you can feel it all the way right into your hip crease. But everything is connected. The leg bone's connected to the knee, whatever, however that's all it is. You do both sides an even number of times. Then come back to the center. And we're going to keep our thumbs hooked as we exhale, forward fold. You can unhook your hands now. Hands come to the thighs. Nice straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hook your thumbs all the way up standing. And join the palms together. Prayer. Ujjayi breath. Arms come up. Exhale forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale forward. Hook your thumbs. Inhale. Prayer. This time we're going to come all the way down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your feet back into a downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. And then on an exhale, draw your right knee into your nose. Inhale, extend it up and back. Exhale, draw it into your nose. One more time. Inhale up and back.
Exhale, draw it into your nose. This time, inhale up and back behind you and send it forward in between your hands. And if you have a knee pad, you can get it handy, ready. Put it under your back knee. And if you have blocks that you need under your hands or a little lift, you could use textbooks or thick books here if you don't have yoga blocks. And all we're going to do is just gently rock back and forth. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. And you're going to take your back foot and you're going to turn it inwards. So your whole back leg, if you look at my leg, it's rotating in. And this just changes the stretch a little bit. So now we inhale forward and exhale back, and that might feel a little different. A little bit tighter maybe. For me it is. And then take that same foot and rotate it so it's out. It's not behind you, it's rotating out to the side. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Now bringing the knee or the leg straight behind you now. You can come up onto your top knee. And we're just gently resting here. We're not rigid. Remember, soft, steady, and at ease. If you don't find you're stable, widen your stance. The next time you find yourself coming forward, bring your hand to the inside of your foot. Other hand reaches up. Inhale, spine nice and long. Exhale, opening to the ceiling. 2 more breaths here. Exhale, that hand comes down. Hands come to either side of the foot, and this time we're just going to lift the toe, lower. So the other thing, if you have something that's bothering you to keep in mind, is that moving in and out is often more comfortable when you're dealing with something that is acutely inflamed. It appreciates it better if you move in and out than if you stick in one pose. Lower the foot down, bring both hands forward, raise up onto the back foot, come on back into your downward facing dog. And then if you like, you can either come straight down into a plank or lower onto your knees and come elbows skimming all the way to ribs, all the way to the floor. And here, if you like, you can just take a little rest. Hands under your forehead. Think about softening the back of your neck. Coming all the way to the end of your out breath. And then hands can come under your shoulders. Your elbows can come skim into your ribs. Keep your neck nice and long. Inhale, little mini cobra. Exhale down, toes curl under. downward facing dog. Push it up and back through your shoulders. We're going to do the other side. So first, we're going to inhale the left leg up. Exhale, nose to knee. 2 more times. Deep center line is engaged. Ujjayi breath. If you can breathe through your nose, which I can't right now. Inhale, leg comes up. This time, swing it in between your hands. Widen your stance if you need to. And if you like, if being on your knee is uncomfortable, you can always stay on the ball of the back foot and just rock back and forth. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Taking the back leg here and moving the leg in on an angle towards you. And same thing, 3 breaths, inhaling forward, exhaling back. Rotating the leg so that it's coming away from you, same thing. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. I don't know if you feel this. I feel it differently. Straighten the back leg out so it's pointing backwards behind you. You can come on up, if you like, onto your knee. 3 times, inhaling forward, exhaling back. Keep that shoulder soft. Inhale, left arm comes down to the inside of the left foot. And reaching up with the right arm, nice long spine. Opening up on the exhale. Exhale, arm comes down. And hands to either side of the foot here. And lifting and lowering the front toe. Sending the back hip or the front hip. Sending that backwards. And then hands ready to press back into a downward facing dog. And breath or 2 here. And then lower on down onto your belly. Couple of rest breaths. Feeling your belly as it expands into the floor. Softening through your shoulders. And then arms come. Oh no, spill my water. Hold on. You can come up into a little mini cobra while you eat. Exhale down. Curl the toes under. Downward facing dog. And walk yourself forward into a mountain pose. Palms on the elbows, feeling like your vertebrae are moving away from each other, that there's space being created. And bending through the knees, rooting through the feet, slowly uncurl up to standing. And finding a mountain pose again. Right foot forward, left foot back. Nice wide stance for a warrior. Inhaling, knee bends. Actually, let's lock our thumbs on this one if you're comfortable. Come up this way. Making sure that your front knee here is tracking over your ankle as much as is possible. Nice strong feet help with that. Stay up in warrior for a couple of breaths. Rooting down through the outer edge of your back foot and really lifting through that leg, having some energy in it. Exhale, open your arms into warrior two. Back hand reaches down your leg, front arm lifts up. And feel here, right from the hip through the fingertips, breathing into this side body. Back to warrior two. Strong front leg. Warrior one. Turn onto the ball of the back foot. Mountain pose. Ujjayi breath. Let's return to that for 2 breaths here. Soften through the shoulders and that neck and jaw. Left foot forward, right foot back. Widen your stance for stability. Hooking your thumbs, inhale up. Exhale down and breathing into your pelvic floor here. Letting it descend on the inhale. Feeling it rise on the exhale. That also helps with stability. Inhale, arms come up. 3 breaths here. Deep center line is engaged. Pelvic floor is moving. Ujjayi breath. Open it out. Warrior two. Let the energy extend through your fingertips. Reverse warrior, hand trails down the back leg and lifting up. Feeling that space. Remembering that asana is a gesture, not a noun. It's a way of inhabiting who you are in your physical space. A warrior two. Warrior one. Ball of the back foot. Mountain pose. Inhale, arms come up. This time, lifting with the palms up, raising the chest. Everything is lengthening towards the sky. Exhale down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale down, step back into a downward facing dog. And from your downward facing dog, let your knees sink to the floor and come into your favorite version of child's pose, whether it's arms extended, the support under your forehead, or arms down by your sides, palms up. Take some restful breaths here. See if you can breathe in between your shoulder blades here. Make that space nice and wide. Then inhale, walk yourself up. We're gonna just come back onto our seats here. If you're able, bring one leg on top of the other. If you can't do that, just sit cross-legged. Either way, you're gonna inhale your arms up. Exhale, reach forward, 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 and a little bit across. So reaching away from your forward leg and coming down. Taking a few breaths there. Inhaling up to center. Switch your legs. Exhale, forward, 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 and down. Letting yourself release after every exhale. Walk yourself back up. Legs come out in front of you. If you have a bolster, you could always slide it under here. Your legs can be straightish or they can be bentish. But the thing to keep in mind here is it's about length, not how far you can go down. So just like when we're in a forward fold, and I said, think about from the crown of your head all the way to your heels. Think about that as a nice curve here. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, walking or moving as far forward as you can, or as is comfortable. Then letting the arms fall where they may. You can even take your little hand to the small of your neck here as a reminder to release. And breathing into the whole back of the body from the heels all the way curving up to the crown of the head. Maybe you find tension releasing with every exhale. Maybe you find yourself just sinking a little more with every exhale. One more breath. And letting your hands come down, walking up. And finding your way into constructive rest. You can either come down, walking down your knees like this, or just come over onto your side and come down. Find a few breaths in constructive rest first. Hands open, you can Wing your little shoulders under. Palms facing up. I'm saying little as wings a lot today because we're getting some chickens, I think. Chickens are on my mind. Turn your palms facing down a little bit more towards your side. Heels tuck in a little closer to your bum, but your feet are still hip width apart. Toes are still nice and grounded into the floor. Inhale, lift your hips. Using the whole power of your leg, exhale, lower. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Feel what's happening to the back of your neck here. Maybe it feels like it's getting longer. Are you still using your Ujjayi breath? One more time. And this time, we're going to inhale. Hips come up. If you like it here, you can stay here. If you want something a little different, walk your shoulders down away from you towards your heels. Bring your hands together, interlace your fingers. Take a few breaths here. Nice strong legs. Check in with your knees that they're not swaying apart or knocking together. And when you're ready, hands release. Slowly curl down or uncurl down. Bring the knees, hug them into the chest. A little rock back and forth. So you could keep doing this, or using the length right from your tailbone, helping you lift through the whole back chain of your body. Forehead can briefly come towards the knees. And then lower back down. And find whatever you need to be the most comfortable in Shavasana. Legs come slightly apart. You can tuck your shoulders under again. Hands come open. If you have glasses, you could always take them off. And for a few moments here, make the little Ujjayi sound again. Constrict a little bit through the base of your throat. Let your mind fall into your body through sound. Whenever you've had enough of that effort, just let go.
This is a poem called Hard Facts, especially by Hayden Saunier. Most everything we're taught is wrong, especially fixed rules about small engine repair in adverse marine conditions, walking on ice, and anything to do with people, especially our own strange selves. And so the door to the ordinary miracle swings open. So you are welcome to stay where you are for meditation, or you can find a comfortable seated position. You can keep your eyes open or closed. But wherever you are, make sure that you're comfortable. So sound meditation, just like when we were doing Ujjayi breath, Ujjayi breath can be a very useful way of coming into sound and coming into the physical body through sound. But maybe for whatever reason, you find it difficult to concentrate on breathing, or it's not enough for your busy mind, or for whatever reason, your attention on breath is more unsettling than anything else. So if that's you, or if that's not you and you just need another way to get out of your mind, this is a sound meditation, and I am thankful to Sharon Salzberg for it. So first, beginning by recognizing that sound is continually coming and going outside of our control. And one of the reasons we do yoga and meditation is to help us deal with greater clarity, openness, spaciousness, and kindness, to deal with what arises and what falls in these ways. We might find we like certain sounds and we don't like others. But we don't have to, just like thoughts, we don't have to chase after the sounds we like or push away the ones we don't like. We don't have to try to seize control over sounds we will never have control over. Something I need to learn around my very noisy children. Some beautiful, wonderful sounds will always arise. Others are unpleasant or nerve-wracking. Unless you are actually responsible for responding to this sound, perhaps you can just take this opportunity to simply be present. Notice the sound for what it is. You don't have to elaborate or make up a story about the sound. Oh, that's the bus. I wonder what the bus route is. I wonder how many people are on the bus. Maybe I would appreciate it if they would change the bus route so it's more convenient or less noisy for me. Simply just hear the bus going by. This can be anything in your immediate surroundings right now. Hear the sounds that arise and that pass away as though they are washing through you. You don't need to do anything about the sounds. You don't need to respond or try to stop them. You don't even have to understand them. Maybe it's the sound of my voice or other sounds around you. Some welcome, some not so welcome. Traffic, wind chimes, wind. It's simply sound rising and passing away. You can notice changes in intensity and volume. And as the sound washes through you without interference, without judgment, you don't have to send your ears out to listen. You can soften deep inside. Create a vast sense of space in which sound is rising and falling, rising and falling. If you find yourself getting tense in reaction to a sound, take a deep breath and soften. If you find yourself craving more of a sound, here too, you can simply just soften. The sound will arise and pass away without regard to our clinging or condemning. Simply notice that sound arises and that we have a certain response to it. Notice that there's a little space between what arises and our response. Stay open for the appearance of the next sound. Coming back to the sound of your breath. Even if it's a soft, soft sound. Making whatever wiggles you need to make or feel good to make. Coming into a seat if you like. we'll close the class with Om Shanti 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 after the inhale. And let the sound, one thing about sound before we Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts on being, and she was talking with an elephant researcher who sat in zoos among elephants, just listening to them. She had spent many years recording the sounds of whales. And I think she and her husband were the ones that discovered that whale songs are matrilineal. Anyway, elephants emit a vibration, a communicational vibration that is just barely detectable by the human ear. But there is this sound and frequency and vibration without being woo about it all around us. The reason music feels good is because it is that actual physics of vibration. So as we chant, let us feel that in our bodies. After the inhale, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste.
Namaste.
Okay, I'm going to turn the recording off and we can say goodbye.